Hey everyone, it's Random Noob, and I'm making a tier list for Valorant for the most recent patch. It's going to be for top ranked and competitive. I just want to give my opinion on it, and I'm going to say that again, it's my opinion. If you guys have issues with it, that's cool to have your own opinion on what characters are good. I think the game is extremely balanced right now, so the tier lists are kind of like, you know, you could probably play anything and be alright with it if you're playing it well. So let's just hop right into it. We're just going to go through alphabetical order. We'll talk about everything. Basically, a lot of these characters, I'm going to be comparing them to each other because in Valorant, you need certain things to win the game, right? You're going to want flashes. You need smokes to counter operators and stuff like that. There's a core foundation you need. You're probably going to want Sage, even though she's kind of gutted. You're probably going to want Cipher, stuff like that. And you're probably going to want smokes, like I said. Starting with Breach. So like I was saying, Breach is kind of going to be compared to what? Phoenix and Rayna. And I think originally, everyone thought Breach was nuts. Like, he's just insane. Everyone's like, you need a Breach on your team. His flashes are busted. You can't do anything against him. His ult is so good. Yada, 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 right? Have we been seeing as much Breach? I feel like Breach is just falling off the face of the earth. And the reason why is I think people are realizing Phoenix is a strong character and Rayna coming into the game. I think originally, I don't know, people thought badly of Rayna, but she seemed pretty solid. So for me, I actually think Breach is not that great just because how slow he is. He's very, I don't know, you can drop his abilities in good positions, but a lot of the time you're probably not even pushing those unless you have a really coordinated team and you're pushing aggressively. He's really good in those situations for sure. But even then, Rayna, Phoenix both do a really good job. I don't know, I'm going to put Breach C. On to Brimstone. Brimstone, his kit, besides his smokes, kind of meh, you know? All he's really got is what? His ultimate, a molly that's pretty good if you got some lineups. But really, the smokes. I hope you guys noticed I didn't even bring up his stim beacon, just because that ability's dog. It is so bad. Oh, it's so bad. Literally, I don't even buy it a lot of the time. I just throw it in an area when I have it just to like fake I'm there. It's just not good. But anyways, so yeah, Brim's ult's pretty good too. And for me, just because of how good the op is at all levels of play, I mean, everyone's complaining about it from what I know. Lower levels of play, top tier competitive, the op's just wreaking havoc, you know. Brimstone's going to be an A. He's just going to be an A. His ult's too good. Smokes are just way too good. You're going to need a Brim or an Omen 100%. I honestly prefer both just because of how good ops are. If you don't have smokes, like, I'm not talking about Jet or Viper smokes. Like, if you just don't have good smokes, Oppers are just going to destroy you. If you don't have Brim and Omen on your team, one of those, you're probably going to lose the game, just straight up. Let's go to Cipher. Cipher is one of those weird characters because he's gotten nerfed a lot, but he still seems solid. Like, they got rid of a lot of his glitch cams. His trips are getting destroyed more. His smokes don't slow anymore, but he still seems solid. Just being able to hold a site as one player like that, there's no other character in the game that can do it. For that reason alone, I'm putting him at S. I think he's going to be in your team comp no matter what. You're probably looking at either Sova or Cipher. I know a lot of teams have been running both, but in my opinion, it's one or the other depending on the map. And for the most part, I think it's still Cipher. Sova, with a very, very good Sova and a coordinated team, he can work for sure, though, over the Cipher. It's definitely team dependent in that respect, I think. But Cipher, very good, very, very good. Even in ranked, in competitive, everything. Jet is an oddball. She did get a really big buff with her smokes in the most recent patch. She was just good before. Like, the mobility is actually really solid. Oppers are finding a lot of value out of it, specifically Wardell and Tens from what I've seen in NA. She's good. I think she's really good, but I think she's probably the weakest out of the duelist style characters. Jet, Raze, Phoenix, Rayna. Traditionally, I think you can run ops on different characters like Omen and stuff like that to give a little bit more team value. So for me, Jet's just, she's a little weaker. She's on the weaker end for sure. She's definitely not one of the better characters in my eyes. I think she's good. Don't get me wrong. I think she's 100% playable, but I'm going to put her in C next to Breach. So looking at Omen, his smokes are kind of gross now. They're kind of gross. I actually foresee nerfs to his smokes. They're that good. How often they come up, how long they last, they just, I don't know. We need smokes in the game. Don't get me wrong. But Omens are a little busted. I think we just need another character that can smoke as well as Brim and Omen, honestly. I think Omen's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. And I'm going to throw him a lot higher than I think a lot of people will expect, and I'll give you the reason why, and I used this reason earlier. Literally, just smokes. Smokes. It's so good against ops. Having an Omen or a Brim on your team is just infinitely better than not. And I don't think Omen's like S tier or anything. Like, I think the rest of his kit's good, but against really good players, they can read it generally pretty well. Doesn't really change up the game that much. So it's definitely got some value. And his flash, the flash buff, pretty good. I think Omens that were already using long range paranoias just got a huge buff. So yeah, I mean, his ult can cancel now. He's got some stuff going for him. I think he's pretty good. I don't know if he's S tier right away, but I think some people could make actual arguments for Omen going up to S tier. Like, that's how good he is now, in my opinion. Dude, Phoenix is I love that character so much. Such a good character. So cool. I also think he's one of the better characters in the game. I think if you look at him in his dynamic between Breach, Rayna, Phoenix, you know, the three main Flash characters, I think Phoenix is probably the middle one. I think he's the middle one. Like, he's really aggressive. He's very good at entering. His ult's really strong in the right situations. So anyways, Phoenix, I'm gonna throw Phoenix at B. I think he's just a really good character right now. If you have a good Phoenix, throw him in your comp. Throw him in there, because he's good. I think he's good. So anyways, Raze. A lot of people who've been following my stuff know I think Raze is pretty dang good. Like, with all the nerfs and the changes, I think a lot of people would have put Sage as the best character in the game recently, but now that she's so gutted, I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna say Raze is the best character in the game right now. All that utility, so much movement, ultimate that one-shots can do a bunch of damage to multiple people while killing someone. People are getting insane with the movement where it's just, like, actually hard to punish Raze ults. Like, there's some just crazy YouTube videos out there, just some nutters. Like, I think Flight's Raze is one of them that's just showed some really cool stuff off. And it's just, she's just too good, honestly. Her boombot can clear out an entire area of the map if you use it right. Like, if you have the angles down, you can literally clear every corner while pushing something, and you have something pushing for you. It's so good. It's actually such a good ability. The boombot's nuts. It's actually really cool too. I think it's pretty damn well designed ability, but it's broken. And I think Raze should get some nerfs. Her nade can sometimes get 2 charges anyways, and when you do, it's usually pretty busted. Her nades are still bonkers, and people are dodging them really well, but they're still bonkers. They're still bonkers. If you want to get some elo, boys, play Raze. You'll get a lot of damage, I promise. Play Raze. Looking at Rayna. So Rayna, I think people might question where I put her. They might question her for sure. I know a lot of people thought she was kind of meh at first because you need to get a kill, but I think even at the top levels of ranked and competitive, I think she's good. I know she's very new and people haven't gotten enough value out of her yet, and people really, I don't think, see her true full potential yet, but being able to heal to 150 multiple times during a round is nuts, and on no CD. Also, free get out of jail free card. If you kill someone and there's someone trying to trade it, you kill them and you hit E right away, and boom, you're gone. You're gone. They can't trade it. Like, it's literally insane. Like, that's such a valuable tool. As well as all the attack speed, sir, it's actually pretty good. I don't know. I think Rayna is the best Flash character in the game, so I'm putting her at A. I don't know if she's better than the smokes, because you need those smokes. You just need them. But yeah, I think she's good. I think she's meta. I'd say that. I don't know about meta, but she's definitely in the top echelon of characters in the game, in my opinion. Looking at Sage. So Sage, this is like the weirdest thing. I don't think Sage is good, but I think you need to play her. She's this character that she's not great if you can't get a heal off. If she has no heal value, you just get one tapped. Her heal doesn't do anything, right? And the rest of her kit's just garbo, dude. It's actually just garbo. The first time I played with that wall, I was just like, I can't do anything. I have to just have my gun out. I can only wall once we already have control of the entire site. And it's just like the full like aggro plays you can make with like putting your wall down and just getting to like really aggressive positions. It kind of got rid of them, and it made her, in my opinion, a little weak. She's always going to be played though because she has a resurrection. A resurrection is just one of those abilities, like she's just always going to be played. With a heal as well on top of that, you know, I don't think she's very good. I'm going to put her at B. I don't think she's very good, But the weirdest thing, it's going to be like a paradox in this game until they gut her heal. That's what they need to do. They just need to gut her heal. Her res is fine because it's so hard to get off. But it is the only one in the game. So that's going to be a thing for her. Or against her, really. Because they're just going to nerf the rest of her kit. Because she has those abilities. But gut her heal. Just gut her heal. Her res can stay, sure. Whatever. It's not that bad. But they just took away all the fun in Sage. They took all the fun away from her. And she made her just a heal bot. And I think Sage was one of the cooler characters in the game. From just a IGL perspective and just a playing perspective. I think she was very, very, very cool. Alright, the last two. Sova and Viper. For Sova, I'm probably one of the more controversial people on Sova, where I don't think he's that great. I think if you are a nuts Sova and you have 5 lineups for everything and your team's pushing with your darts and you're hitting your ults and I don't know, you literally have your protractors out and you have 17 things and you're just geometry all over the map and you got shock darts going this way and that way and jing 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 jing, you know, sure, play Sova. Okay, yeah, Sova he doesn't feel that great right now to me, but he's definitely good in the right hands, and we're making a top rank competitive, so we're gonna like, you know, we're thinking of it optimally, the optimal Sova with the like I was saying, and yeah, we're gonna put him at B. I think he's definitely good, but I don't think he's so Cipher. I think my ideal team comp doesn't have Sova in it on most maps. Maybe Ascent, because it seems like Sova's pretty nuts at Ascent, just with like pushing as a team with his arrows and stuff with all the smokes going down. So maybe on Ascent and like certain maps like Haven as well, you could play Sova. But I think for the most part, he is probably in your lower, he's probably out of your team comp in my opinion. I think you have to remember with Sova, here's the thing that I think a lot of people forget, is that as you're getting better at Sova, your enemies are also getting better at reading you and reading your arrows, reading your shock darts coming in. Like, I don't know how many times I've gotten hit by a shock dart against like certain players at first, and then I play them again in ranked or whatever, and I'm like, okay, this guy just does this shock dart or does these shock darts, and there's like only so many you can learn. You're not gonna be able to make unlimited shock darts, right? That's very difficult and time consuming. So in my opinion, just because of that, Sova really isn't that good, and honestly, on a different day, I might put him lower, just because of that. I think that's a thing a lot of people forget, and it's something that is negative towards him. But I do think his ult's good. You know, there's a lot of things going for him, this kid. His shock darts are good in the right hands, so that's why I put him at B. And on to the last one, Viper. Viper, I don't know, this might be... This might be controversial, but I am putting Viper at D. Actually, I don't think that's controversial. She's bad. Let's be real. She's bad. Like, let's just think of her kit one by one right now. Her first smoke. Okay. You can put the smoke down, and you can't really move it unless you have full positioning. You can't really move her smoke. Her wall. Her wall literally can't be moved. You put it down once, and that's it. And it has a timer. It's a timer that everyone can play around. So if a Viper just walls and smokes, it's like, okay, the Viper, she has 10 seconds to stall, and then we can go in. I don't know the exact time. It's about 10 seconds, something like that. Maybe a little bit longer, like 12 seconds or something. But you can literally just easily play around that and just know exactly when. With like Brimstone, for example, you have 14 seconds away from the smoke. Like, you know the smoke's gonna go down, but he has another smoke that can go up right away. Where Viper, as soon as her smokes are down, it's it. She's a sitting duck. Also, her ultimate can literally be a disadvantage to her team. Even though they nerf the damage it does, it can be a disadvantage in a way that the enemy team has a free smoke that they can play around. And it's not that huge of an advantage that you get your red in there. Generally, like, if you're playing it right as the person attacking the Viper, you could literally just spam her out, force her into certain positions. She can't be in the positions you spam, right? So you just spam those, and then she can't be there, and then all the power positions are gone. So then you kind of know exactly where she's going to be. And all things considered, when you put all that together, and you forget, and you remember that her Molly, you know, I call it a Molly, whatever. It's not a Molly, it's a poison, but whatever. You know, it's a Molly. So her Molly just does no damage. I mean, they did buff it and it does a little bit more now, but it doesn't do that much. And I don't know, I just don't see any value with Viper. Like, I'd much rather run Breach or Jet in my comp than a Viper. That's just my opinion on that. I know some Viper mains out there might think differently, but even on split with like crazy one-ways and stuff, I don't know. I don't think she's good then even. It's just, I'm really low on her. And looking at this, let's look at the full team comp now, at what I'm thinking. would be like a meta comp on a lot of maps, you know, you're going to go Ray's Cipher. I have them at the best characters in the game. And actually, I'm looking at it. Our curve looks pretty good. Our curve looks pretty solid. Yeah, we got a nice little curve there. Pretty decent. Could be a little better. But I think my ideal comp right now, as I was saying, is going to be Ray's, Cipher, and Sage. I think you're going to probably have those 3 characters in your comp at all times. And then, now we're looking at smoke characters and flash characters, right? So from there, you have Omen, Brim. I think those are player dependent. If you're a better Omen, go for it. If you're a better Brim, go for it. I think in my opinion on those. And then you're looking at a flash character. Or I don't know. I mean, I guess you can get rid of Rays and go double smoke. Like, there's a lot of things you can do. Like, the comps are definitely, like, super flexible, which is cool. The comps are definitely super flexible, just because how balanced the game is. But, like I said, my ideal comp's going to be Rays, Cipher. For my smokes, I'm probably going to go Brim. But Omen, I don't know. I might go Omen. If I have a good Omen player, I'd go Omen. And then, for my last character, I'm going to go Rayna. I think Rayna is meta. I think she's a top 5 character right now. You know, that comp seems pretty good to me. If you don't want to run Sage, your Rayna can heal herself. You could run another flash. You could run smokes. More smokes might be good if you don't have a healer. You know, there's some comps out there you can run. There's some flexible comps. I think Sage actually, you know, you could drop her out of your comps. In a lot of the pugs I was seeing, the 10-mans I was playing in, people just aren't picking Sage, and it's not that bad. I don't think people are really taking Sage out of scrims yet, but I could start to see like some evolution there, something going on. But yeah, so I don't want to make this video too long, but that's it for my tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys learned something. I don't know. I just threw like a bunch of thoughts out there. I don't know. Give me your opinion on stuff. Let me hear what you guys think. I don't want to hear any hate or anything. Like, you guys are totally cool to disagree with me. If you're like, you know, Raze is better, or not Raze is better, like Omen's the best character in the game, so I'm not gonna be mad at you. You don't have to be mad at me when I said Raze is the best. You know, let's have some fun and talk about it. So, thank you all so much for watching the video, guys. We've been grinding content. I hope you guys have been enjoying that. And if you haven't subscribed already, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. And I'll see you all in the next video. All right, guys? Take it easy, everyone. Peace.